Hi and welcome back. In this video, we look at configuring a specific authentication method to specific action, controller action in your API endpoint. So this is useful, especially if you want to enforce specific authentication to a resource on your on your API, maybe for security purposes or whatever the scenario that you'll be working with. So to do this, you will use these public properties, only public property, where you just provide the action IDs that this particular um, authentication will apply to. So for this case, I'll just do away with these ones and just replace this with only. So what this does is that um, HTTP bearer authentication will only apply to the test action. Uh, in this case, we should just return the hello world. Now, it also means that any other um, action IDs that have not been included in the array will be accessed without need for authentication and authorization. So that's how it works. So let's see. So if we try to access, for example, index, you can see we are able to get the data. But when we try to access test, it will throw an authentication, an authorization error. Sorry. Um, till we provide a bearer token. Okay, let me see why. So product only applies to tests. Bearer token. I know why. API key. Yeah, I think we are using the wrong API key. So just replace with this one. Good. So as you can see, we are now able to receive a response from our endpoint. So that's how you specify the actions that a specific authentication applies to. Now, both only, optional, and accept, I find that they really work well in scenarios where you have the composite authorization. So let's just enable this back. Now, what you can do is that instead of having them like this, let me just do that. And then, so in this particular auth methods, you can configure individual authorization methods. Then within these particular methods is where you can provide now the specifics about how to filter the authorization. So what this means is that in as much as we support different ways, different authentication uh, methods, query param auth will only apply to test. Now you can do optional in a different uh, method. Okay. So what this means is that if the user passes um, the key, if the user provides logs into your API using the basic authentication method, what will happen is this hello action will be optional. So regardless of how authentication goes, this will still show up. Now for this other part, for the query parameter, if the user passes the token as a query parameter, that authentication will only work for the test um, action ID. So I think this is in my view, I feel this is the best way you can implement the different filters in the auth method. So you can also find different ways to play around with it, and maybe let me know in the comments. So this is the end of the authentication and authorization part. If you feel you still need more information or you need some clarification, let me know in the videos. Remember to share and subscribe. See you.